You know, when it comes to Jasmine, she's somebody that we have known for a long time now, who struggles with the ability of accountability, who struggles with the ability to reflect on her own actions. She's somebody that is more than happy to cause issues and then behave as if she was never part of the problem or the problem. And it's so sad because this is a woman that is now a mother on paper 3 times. Biologically, she's had 2 kids, but she's also got a stepchild as well. And obviously, we've never seen her relationship with her children, but we are now getting to witness her relationship with her newborn daughter, Matty. Okay. Now, in this little innocent post, say something particular. Jasmine does say, Matty and I took the most epic nap ever. Now we're finally rested. She's such a sweet baby. Always lets me get some rest. She knows mommy is alone and needs to recharge some energy. Now, of course, again, like I said before, nothing but an innocent post. And this post isn't exactly why we're here. We're here because of another post. But I just want to identify to you lovely folks that Jasmine is now going through a new trend by the looks of it. She has now become a mummy vlogger. Something that has been, a thing for many, many years across all platforms, TikTok, YouTube, IG, where people have kids and then they use their kids for monetary purposes, okay? I'm not saying these people aren't good parents neither, but yeah. If you go on YouTube, you search the right videos, you've seen a lot of parents purposely have kids for the purposes of monetization, okay? And also pretty much force their kids to do things just for the camera. Anyone knows about the famous woman who made the video where she accidentally forgot to delete the part where she's encouraging her son to be more sad than what he really was about a dog that had passed away, from my understanding? Really made the child look uncomfortable. But here's the thing, since Jasmine has given birth to her child Matilda, you know what's happened? Jasmine has received a lot of hate, and some of the hate that she's received has been towards her own child, which, listen, is completely unacceptable. I mean, listen, I still don't believe in people sliding into people's DM just to tell them mean things and all that kind of stuff. It's really not that. That's just weird and sad. But now we're at a position where Jasmine isn't only receiving it on her side, but she's also receiving it as towards Matilda as well, which isn't good. Which brings me to the post that made me want to make this video. And like I said before, Jasmine's made her page nowadays more about her baby than anything else moving forward. But then she comes in with this post here where she says the amount of hate and discrimination we immigrants have to endure in this country is absolutely disgusting. To be honest with you, I don't know why she's saying this as if it's surprising. Everybody knows around the world that's actually done some research on the United States of America or any first world country is that sometimes you are going to face a lot of discrimination, racism, you name it, is going to happen. I mean, I think America is notoriously known as being one of the worst when it comes to first world countries. From my conversations that I've had with people from stateside, it's definitely worse in the States than it is in the UK. But nonetheless though, Jasmine can't pretend as if all this stuff is new to her. So the fact that she's complaining about it is just beyond me. But this still isn't why we're here. We're here because of the next post where she says, people message me that Matty shouldn't be considered American. None of these people are Native Americans, by the way. Here's the thing, Jasmine has expressed several times about how people have been coming after her child. Now, Jasmine is very, very good at creating problems, but never good at trying to solve the problems. She creates them and then just lets them manifest into some, crazy like havoc, instead of actually trying to figure out how she could have done better in the situation or how the situation can be diffused. So here's the thing, you're in a situation where your child is now at the receiving end of unnecessarily insulting things at the courtesy of you. People are saying mean things to get to Jasmine because that's how much people dislike her. And listen, people are gonna do whatever the hell they want to do on the net. But Jasmine does have some power. She may not have power of what people say to her, but she's got power when it comes to exposing her child online. The best thing that Jasmine could ever do in this situation is stop posting her daughter online. I'm not saying that's going to stop people talking about the baby, but if she was to not post her daughter online and never mention her child ever again, you know what would happen? People would be less likely to mention her child. Let's be real, the only time people started mentioning her other kids was only really when she got pregnant again. When she got pregnant, that's when people started going back into memory lane and saying, hold on a minute, you're pregnant, but yet you can't even be a mother to your current children. Before that, if people were coming after her, they were coming after her because of Jasmine and Jasmine alone. So the reality is that Jasmine has always made this life for herself where people are always going to come after her purely because of the way she's portrayed herself on 90 Day Fiance, and she's obviously been happy with it because she's continued to portray herself in the same way in every single season without showing any sign of change or any sign of showing that she's actually better than that. So therefore, how people see her is how people see her, but how people see a child is obviously unacceptable. Like I said before, Jasmine cannot control what people are going to say about. No, Jasmine may not be able to control what people say about her, but she can most certainly control how much she exposes her kid to the public. But hey, so therefore it comes down to this very simple question: what matters more to Jasmine? Protecting her child from all the hate this child is getting unnecessarily by removing her child offline and therefore never talking about her child again and just being a mummy and silent? Or continue having your child on your platform purely because you want to benefit from the monetization purpose of it? And when I say monetization purposes, I'm talking about how, because she's now a mother who's got tons of subscribers on IG. In fact, let's have a look. Because she's now a mother who's got over 409k followers on IG, it means that she's gonna get brands potentially reaching out to her, or more likely reaching out to her to promote this and that. So the fact that she's now got a child, she's now got a baby, I would not be surprised if within the next few months we start to see Jasmine doing sponsors for children. At least that's something that I anticipate her expecting. Whether or not she'll get them, I guess, is a whole other question, because of course she has to be willing to go out of her way to obviously get these promos or get agency to do it for her. But I know recently she got released by her agency, so again, I don't know where that really takes her, if you know what I mean. But nonetheless though, moral of the story is that Jasmine is in a position where she can control the narrative in terms of, you know, how in terms of how her child can no longer be picked on or be bullied or be spoken about in a negative way, and that is literally removing a child off of there and just going back to just being Jasmine the influencer without Jasmine the mother influence, if that makes sense. So like I said before, what matters more to Jasmine? Protecting a child from all this crazy hate, or keeping the money rolling into her pocket? I'm pretty sure I made sense. Nonetheless though, let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section, and we can most certainly talk about it. But I can say this for sure, I for one do not expect Jasmine to ever change her ways. I expect her, to be honest with you, to continue branding her child on social media every single day, every single minute, every single hour, you know, so she can keep us all up to date with the daily routine of her being a mother, because she's trying to show us that she's such a great human being. And it's crazy because I do believe one of the other reasons why she's so hell-bent on posting a child online all the time is to prove to the people that have called her a failed mother that yes, she is a good mother. But the thing is though, the streets, the YouTube streets will never forget this one simple thing. You showing that you are a good mother to Matilda only shows us that you see Matilda has a second chance to be a mother again while still neglecting the others. People will never forget that. But either way though, to minimize the damage towards a child, keep a child off the net. That is the best thing you could ever do. Well, yeah. And let's not forget, she's also got a GoFundMe. No, an Amazon wishlist for the baby as well. So yeah, there is that too. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.